Hi, welcome to the Best Ever You Network. I'm Elizabeth Hamilton-Guarino here with my great friend Kris Fuller, and we're here to have a chat with you about mindset mastery because, Kris, as you know, our mind can play wonderful tricks on us if we let it. And this video is here to help you go from a fixed mindset to a very abundant mindset.
That's right. Your mind is amazing, and you really do have the ability to dream bigger, to love deeper, and love others and yourself, and to accomplish more than you ever dreamed possible. But working on your mind and having a strong, beautiful mindset is not something that happens overnight. One of the things I do love about Elizabeth and myself at the Best Ever You Network is the things that we talk about, the things that we teach and coach. We use daily. We use all the time, and we know the importance of developing your mindset and continuing to work on it. So without further ado, we're going to share our 5 best ways to master your mindset.
Ready? Okay, get your pens, everybody. All right, so the first one is realize everything must percolate. So when I think about this, I think about everything changing, and it's really important to let your heart, your mind, and everything brew with those infinite possibilities. And that's really what percolating is all about, where you allow for the abundance to come to you, and you allow for things to change, you allow for things to brew. But equally important with percolating is really understanding that things change. And so how you maneuver with change, how you're percolating is very important so that you can deal with changes that you want to make intentionally or unforeseen circumstances. So you have changes that you might need to deal with. So everything, we always say, Kris and I always say, everything must percolate.
And I love that. I love that point about letting things percolate. I love earlier you just said as well, let things allow. And one of the things I think a lot of folks do, I know I'm guilty of it sometimes, is sitting still and thinking and allowing just a moment to happen or occur can be difficult, because I'll sit there and I'll think, well, I should be doing something. Why aren't I doing this? Why aren't I doing that? And that's part of that mind tricks, right? So letting ideas sit with you, letting them percolate, and change, as we know, it doesn't happen with the wave of a magic wand or the snap of a finger or just because you think it or wish it. It takes work and steps and moments that you have to navigate. And so when we say that everything must percolate, that's a really important piece of having a good mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, completely about allowing. And also it's about bringing your authentic you to each and every moment as well. And so if you are one of those people who is like, oh, I just want this to happen now, or I'm in a rush, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and you don't allow for the pause, I call that trying to force the future. And we know that doesn't work so well. So when you feel like you're doing that, what you can do is just allow for that pause. The word allow things to percolate, allow for the pause, allow. And that doesn't mean not take action, which is the next point.
That's right. So our second point then is have a vision, but even more than have a vision, we want you to really look at your dreams and goals and realize that the focus and the power that you have, like you are the person who can achieve them. You are the person who puts out the roadmap and says, here are my goals and here's what I'm working towards. And so that goal setting and having a vision is I think this is almost a 2-part point, because having that goal and having that vision is really huge, but then the steps towards achieving it is like the next piece. Then they need to be, married in order for them to be effective. And one of my favorite tools, and I get so excited about talking about them, is the vision statement process that we offer at Best Ever You, which is a coaching package, but it's a really concise coaching package. It's where we interview you, get to know you, find out about all the areas of your life, do a little goal setting, do a little what could be better. But we also take the high notes and the celebratory things. This is a life-changing experience. And in delivering a vision statement to you, you really hear all of the beautiful, fabulous things that you are doing, all of the things that are celebratory and worthy and wonderful. And the impact of these vision statements just really sort of set people on fire.
Yeah, I love that you said that. And really what it does is it removes the roadblocks, removes the limiting beliefs, and reprograms, if you think about it, the subconscious. We talk a lot about the subconscious mind. And it just brings you into it anchors you in what we say, like the moments mattering. And one of the things that I'm going to do next is put our little banner up with our points, because I think we're there. But we've talked about realizing everything must percolate and having a vision. And with your vision, I think percolating and the vision statements go hand in hand, Kris, because both of them create that long-lasting, transformative change. Because you're going to go where you place your energy.
Yeah, that's right. And so with that, I think this is a perfect segue into that third point, the lifelong learner, because even if you're percolating, even if you have a vision, it's a never ending journey. It's not something just like your wellness. It's not like you go, I'm going to be healthy in 2021. And then you never need to look at it again. And 10 years from now, you'll be fine. No, you have to continue. It's the same with your mind. It's a lifelong journey. So you have to continue. You have to revisit, revamp your vision. You have to percolate throughout the process of setting goals and throughout the process of shifting and realigning and being your best. So lifelong journey ties into lifelong learning. And your mind needs that as well to stay active, fit, and healthy.
Yeah, because then you get the lifelong sparkle that because your life sparkles. So, and I think when you focus on being a lifelong learner, there are lots of ways to do that, whether it's a class you take or a course or watching this video or whatever it is. There's so many different ways that we absorb information, but being that sponge and being open-minded to be a lifelong learner, it's more of allowing people to teach you what you don't know, because you don't know what you don't know sometimes. But one little thing that we say, Kris, is to do like at least one thing every day that shifts that energy that you have into learning something new. I'm going to take this down again for a minute, just so people can see us as we talk about this, because these are really important points. The lifelong learning, the percolating, the vision statements, all of it. Help people be their best. And you've got the t-shirt on, I've got the t-shirt on, we even have a mug. We're trying to help people be their bravest and boldest selves. And these are, I think, like we always, mindset. You focus so much. Kris focuses on mindset and kindness and gratitude and all these things. And it's powerful.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It really is. And I think the other thing to realize too, like lifelong learning, you're going to grow your mindset, but you can be talking about knowledge or skills, learning something new, right? Or having an attitude that you had about something shift or change a little. Like there is so much growth available to each and every one of us when you look at just what is out in the universe here. Like Elizabeth said, whether it's this video or whether you're reading something, and certainly every day we do try, and lots of times we do it together. We'll try to meet online and we'll try to learn a thing together. In fact, how we met is from learning a thing together, which
Zoom. I mean, total Zoom in a crowd of, in a sea of 300,000 women. We somehow magically aligned and met to learn Zoom. And I think of those moments of learning Zoom with you, of failure, of funny, of everything.
Yes.
And look at all the things we've done since then. So just that one little moment to put your mindset to learn something new has created so many different opportunities for us by allowing that. So, and I know on the next one, I'll bring this back up again. We love to focus on gratitude, self-love, and self-worth. And I see Kris drawing little hearts over there. We're going to be careful on this one, because everybody put your listening ears on, because we'll probably interject each other on this one. This is the favorite, I think. Go, Kris.
Oh yeah. Whether you meditate or keep a journal or follow us we have a Percolate Daily Facebook group where every day we get together live and we talk about the things we're grateful for. We focus on self-love and self-worth and the sense of peace and the sense of joy that you can bring into your life, into your day, multiple times a day is totally up to you. And we have so many tools for that. Like I just can't say that. Now you said we're going to interrupt each other and I'm stumbling over here. But honestly, I give gratitude for so many things throughout my day. I certainly start my day with gratitude. I think about the things and hear this, because Elizabeth and I, if you follow this for a while, you know our stories or little bits of them. But if you're new, we have gone over huge hurdles in our lives. We've both lost a parent in unpleasant journeys. I've lost a spouse. Elizabeth has life-threatening food allergies and has been hospitalized. Like, there's been things, and there's more. But our ability to overcome and see the beautiful future and keep going forward and have that mindset and find gratitude, that gratitude, you guys, it's life-changing.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, you can set yourself up for gratitude every day by focusing on the positive, and that's what that really means is you've set your energy higher
Mm.
rather than lower. Like if you set your energy all the time expecting failure and this and negativity and ungratefulness and comparing and you know all the things, you can hear it. You can hear the energy go, oh, you can feel it get heavy. Versus if you talk about joy and gratitude and, you know, and all goodness, happiness, joy, kindness, you know, all the happy words that are high vibration, the energy shifts. So it's important to recognize that as people. What you're thinking is what you're creating, and what you're creating is what you're doing, and it just spins and spins and spins unless you decide to take action.
Mm-hmm. And you can be grateful for things, for people, for moments, for tiny things. Like Elizabeth and I are both cat lovers, and I know we have sent throughout the day pictures of our cats doing, you know, delightful things. And I'm so grateful that I have this little four-legged furry beast in my life. It's a tiny thing, and people are like, "You're grateful for your cat?" I'm like, you know what? In that moment, yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, I was, and yes, I am. And so it can be a little thing. Of course, it can be a big thing, but sometimes people say, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. One tip we like to say is just write down or think about what makes you smile.
Yeah.
And then flip it and say, oh, cats make me smile. Now I'm going to say, I am grateful for cats. So what makes me smile is a beautiful segue, because now you go, oh, what makes me smile? Is it the sun? Is it a lake? Is it this person? Is it this memory? What makes me smile is just a beautiful question.
Yeah, and I love that. And you know, if you're having a moment like, say you look outside and the tire is flat on your car and you're like, uh-oh, you know, this is going to set the day up this way. You can easily flip that. And so every negative that you have coming, flip it into gratitude, find the gratitude, anchor into the gratitude, and change that moment, because that adds the perspective that is so needed when we start going down the path of negativity, maintaining the perspective. Okay, it's only a flat tire kind of thing. And that's what we call the gratitude flip, where we're taking something and just flipping it right into the positive. And no, it's still a bummer that you've got a flat tire, but you know.
And I think that's one of the things too. When we talk about being positive, when we talk about being grateful, you know, you just heard me mention a few lowlights in our lives as opposed to highlights. It doesn't mean that your life is perfect. No, it doesn't. But it's what you are choosing with your mind to focus on. So Elizabeth just said that, but I felt like it was worth repeating. And you having that choice towards that mindset, towards gratitude, taking that flip, being like, okay, what are the good things here? A good thing is, even though I have a flat tire, I have a car. Let's celebrate that I have a car. And I can get to places and I can travel freely. Not today because of the flat tire, but really it takes work sometimes, especially in that moment. You're like, well, I'm going to be late for this or that, or I can't pick up so-and-so. Like there's stuff that can. And so you have the choice to be like, okay, what are my solutions? And let me think about gratitude. And it can change you in that moment. And then your next moments will be more beautiful because you've done the work.
Yeah, and I think gratitude is not only a practice, but a patience as well. When you implement the patience part of gratitude, your life will change, because there's different ways to react to the flat tire. Mm-hmm. And if you train yourself to step back from the situation, pause before you respond, it just changes the whole thing. If you really root into gratitude, like what you said, yep, there's a flat tire out there. Okay, hang on. I've got a car. I can make a phone call. I'm going to tell them I'm going to be late or whatever it is. I can get a ride. You know, there's so many different solutions that we don't go through. We go, oh my God, I've got a flat tire. The world is ending, you know, kind of thing. And we have these moments, and they can be explosive over little tiny things. And so that perspective and the patience are so key to gratitude.
And I think one of the other things that gratitude has helped me with is when I do a little look back and go, how am I reflecting on my own growth and reactions and my emotional intelligence and my inner peace? If I look back at a time and I'm like, you know what, something bad happened, something like a flat tire or whatever, but I'm really proud of how I handled it, you start to feel much better about yourself as well. And you know, if you've flown off the handle at something and you've explosively yelled at your children or staff or coworkers or boss or husband, or it doesn't matter, that later you often feel like, oh shoot, I wish I would have handled that differently. So by taking that gratitude practice into tiny little pieces and buckets and moments, it starts to exponentially grow, and you become able to handle and manage more things more beautifully and smoothly more often. And I think that's one of the larger life goals for gratitude practice.
Every moment that you spend that isn't in love or joy or gratitude or peace and so forth is simply a moment without those things. So I really always ask people, what do you want more of? Do you want more of the negativity or do you want more of the positive? And it really can be a choice and a training to really implement, because people are wired different ways. And so to undo and unlearn the wiring can be tricky, but we've got good tools here beyond this to help people with that. So if you're watching this going, yes, that's me, I need a little help with the gratitude and the patience and the this and the that, we've got coaching for that and so forth. I'm going to take this down so people can see us again as you go through the last one, because this one is all Kris Fuller. Okay.
Oh, I love it. I love it. You too. And that's one of the things, honestly, when we collaborate and work together, I just feel like we are two little twins, two little besties at peas in the pod. And so sparkle is a word I use all the time. I really believe that your life sparkles, my life sparkles, Elizabeth's life sparkles, like sparkles everywhere. I love the word sparkle. It just it brings me joy. And really what that point is to remind you to have fun, enjoy the moments along the way. Follow your heart and celebrate the small stuff with smiles and high fives, and allow yourself to be silly. One of the things that we do at Best Ever You, that is definitely me, but now it's us, is we toss into the air imaginary glitter to celebrate things. Two reasons. One, because it's always with you because it's imaginary. And two, because glitter is a party celebratory thing. And then, the other great news is when it's imaginary, there's no cleanup on aisle 7. I think I still have glitter in my house on the floor from 2010 from a project over 11 years ago. So people imaginary.
Put glitter in envelopes and mail you stuff with glitter on them and everything. You're like, oh man, I'm covered in glitter. Glitter is definitely you.
But when you do something that celebrates you and that is joyful, there is a physiological response. Your body releases endorphins, and then the joy and the sparkle comes from within. So when you see us waving our hands and shaking our shoulders and giving thumbs up and doing silly little things to celebrate moments, it's fun and it matters and it makes a difference. And so, of course, there's things to celebrate that are really big when you're like, oh, it's a birthday party, it's somebody's 40th, it's a promotion, let's have a special dinner out, or whatever the case may be. But the little moments, and Elizabeth said just a while ago, moments matter. And this is another time when we're talking about that sparkling. Honestly, even if it's like, I just made 15 lunches for all the kids in the neighborhood and everybody got to school on time and my hair is done and my teeth are brushed, like take a moment and just be like, yeah, raise the roof. I'm an incredible mom today in this moment, because we often forget to celebrate the little things, but it can make a difference. Along with that gratitude practice, now you're celebrating and you're going, yay me, and you're being grateful. Those two things together are fire.
Yeah. This whole thing, all of these, right off the hamster wheel. If you want to be off of it, these can enable you to do just about anything that you want to do if you root yourself in these 5 things, especially the gratitude. You made a really good point about the well-being part of it, the physiological aspects of some of these things. Because if you do go out there and go, oh, yeah, we got a flat tire and this is stressing me out and all this stuff, you get a whole lot of cortisol and you get a lot of hormones and you get a lot of this or that, versus the joy, you get a whole lot of everything good that your body needs. So there's different ways. The same stressor, fight or flight hormones that are released get released in anger, and all anger and all the reactionary negative reactions get negative body effect for sure. So really important to know that, I think.
Yeah, I absolutely, right. And that's all part of learning too, realizing and learning how important your mind is, how important your reactions and your how you talk to yourself and how you treat yourself and how you value yourself. It
Mm.
all matters and it all is part and parcel of lifting you up. And like Elizabeth said, these 5 points, then you're going to find that your vision becomes a reality because of the work that you do on the other 4 points.
Yeah,
So
they all go together. You
mhm.
sparkle more, you get more gratitude. You know, and it. Sorry, I just said that like 10 times, but all of it makes you want to crave more learning. I think anyway. And as you learn more and more and get good at it, you teach it and do all sorts of cool things. So people, you can become a great role model with these too.
Mhm. Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. And I think the role model is a beautiful thing too, right? When people see, think about somebody that you admire and you think, ah, they really conduct themselves and they really live this life, and like,
You do
so
for real. Yeah.
yeah. And then people on the flip side, and not that we want you to be intrinsically happy from within for yourself, but wouldn't it be cool if somebody was like, gosh, I really noticed that person and they do a great job. I aspire for that. And then you are inspiring and lifting someone else up. And that is something we stand for at Best Ever You too.
Yeah.
We have a us, we have a we have a sense of community, and we want to help everyone in our community rise together in how they feel gratitude, how they love themselves. Like we want everybody to be better, our best together.
It's the collaborative power of us and we.
Yes.
It's really huge. So you can do a lot there. So anything else, Kris, before we go? It's been a lovely chat with you as always.
Always delicious talking to you, Elizabeth. No, I think that those 5 ways to master your mindset, we've talked about them. We've given the high points. We've explained them. If you were watching this video and you have questions or comments or suggestions, you know we would love to hear from you. You can comment in the comments or you can reach us at besteveryou.com, where Elizabeth and I are always a friendly, loving ear for you.